Hello, this is part 4 of the Mega Man X Hard Type 100% tutorial. Being Storm Eagle. Now, for beginner route, I would recommend doing this boss first. However, it's third, optimally, for stuff that you're doing. This whole section is, has got these platforms moving around constantly after you cross a certain point. That point is right around here. That the platforms spawn. Right now, the magic carpet generates too much lag and doesn't save enough time otherwise. So it's actually kind of slower when I would do it all the time. Magic carpet, I would, my golds never had a carpet in it. It would have it when I went, and I looked at it and realized how much lag was actually being generated sometimes. You can lose like upwards of 10 seconds or more to lag if you get a crazy background. So there are ways to defend against it, but then that costs time as well. And it's pretty much good just to go through without the carpet. Now the first thing that I would like to say about this with the platforms, you want to move as fast as you can in relation to the platform cycle. So you don't want to dash right here, you don't want to land and dash here. That requires some human inputs of land dash, thus slowing down for a little bit. You want to have your first dash on the left side over here, so that you cross the spawn point for the platforms already dashing. And that can be beneficial to getting earlier platform cycle at the top, which can save a little bit of time getting the heart sometimes. It's very easy to lose a surprising amount of time in this beginning section, several seconds. But can't make it up on top of there. It's not too difficult. You do a pre-excel down to here, and then you jump up there. Start off, dash lemon. You can... Okay, start with something here. Okay, dash jump lemon. But however you do it, you make it on top of that second platform. You can wait here for a moment if you want. Go over like that. Here you can either, if you're starting off the level, kind of avoid his thing, kill him. It takes a while, but you know. The walls have 6 HP. Dash lemons do 2. Regular lemons do 1. Kill this. If you go all the way up against the wall before it explodes, it'll initiate this guy to throw his thing. Do his attack. You don't want to be all the way up against this as you're shooting it. Ideally, you want to have boomerangs here. You jump and mash, like I was talking about in the intro, where you like jump mash. You're going to do 4 boomerangs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will kill this first guy and blow up the wall. If this guy doesn't die and the wall blows up, you want to make sure that you throw a boomerang and kill him. Do the same thing up here. The boomerang, if you do it right, will kill that guy. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't fully understand why. But do it, just boom, boom. Jump right about your head. That's fine. And to save time, always dash in as far away from the wall as possible. You can get a little boost. You can dash off the side of that platform if you're fast enough before it goes away. That can save a couple of frames. As for down here, you can go against the wall, or it's an inch faster. Do it against here, I believe. Like breaks him. It might have to do with doing it right as he's grabbing you. That could be a factor. I'm not 100% sure why. why it fails when it fails, but I know that it works if you same thing. And that blows up this wall, leaves you with 2 boomerang HP. Faster method, you can get on top of here. Now, as for this faster method, you can pre-excel your fall to here, which is beneficial. Gets you ready to keep moving forward. You don't have to stop as much. You just let go of right for a brief moment, and you'll land on there. It is possible to no-stop that section, which allows you to no-stop the next platform. Like this. I got a wall kick because I didn't have a perfect dash on the next platform, but I illustrated the point I was making. However, that is not easy to do, even me. I let go of right, and then let go of right. Right here, right here, and right here, for just a moment. And jumping 1, 2, 3, 4. Die, I need to make sure he dies. 2, 3, 4. Why didn't that happen? That guy die, it beats me. But when I'm in runs, it doesn't usually happen. If it happens to you too much, you can find something to alleviate the issue. A lot of speedrunning is personal preference, risk-reward maintenance, consistency maintenance, grinding, improvement. There, I got a bonus. 1, 2, 3, 4. This next section, there's, okay, easiest to hardest. You go 1, 2, kick, nice rounded, big, intentionally not cutting the corner jump, and it'll make him throw his spike ball at you. Make your way up here. No problem. Firing and doing dash kicks. You want those to be dash kicks so that your lemons are dash lemons. You can save a couple frames by doing extra damage. The faster way, jump up here, double kick, hit, and then hit. Go with dash lemon. I'll show the first way again. Jump, jump, jump. However you want to do it. 3 kicks. You can either do all 3 of them against the left, or one of them on the right. Really makes a difference. That's the damageless way. If you're doing this stage first, you want to do it, honestly, either way. There's health that you can pick up, but you probably want to go for damageless. Less intentional damage. Double kick method. It's faster, there's more lag involved, so you have to do a slow double kick. Always have to be aware of how much lag is happening with your timing of doing dashes, doing double kicks, especially doing everything. Lag is always a factor. Understand how much lag is going on. Kick. Double kick to get up here, that's optimal. You cut the corner the best. And your hit stun gets cancelled because you're holding towards the wall. And you can green shot here, and that'll kill both of these enemies. Like that. If one of them doesn't die, dash lemons work. Anytime you're dashing, like let's say there's no enemy, anytime you go off this ledge, there's going to be an enemy there, so anytime you do that, you want to throw a dash lemon while it's happening. As long as you're low enough, if you're too high, you'll get caught like that, kind of. But as long as you're low enough, a dash kick will push you out far enough to get on top of this, or on the side of these. You don't really want to want to kill that guy, I'm going to get past him. Put a state here. Sometimes you'll land on top of this platform and it'll kind of, you want to be prepared for it versus a wall kick. Once your arms get slightly below surface, or the walking surface of this wall is when you want to kick. And that will put you, it'll clear your head from hitting this, thus getting you as high as you possibly can against the next wall. Kick off like that, get a nice fast grab. If the platform's up here, you can get the fast grab starting here. And what ideally you want to do, and you can get it anywhere to up here. You'll get that grab method. It is important to have a backup though. There's a couple methods. You can do the double kick method, where you go jump, double kick, boomerang, but I prefer, you know, you can find whatever system that works for you. But I jump up, height jump, I dash, kick up, and then I go to the right. Basically, either at the top of the jump or just as I've started to fall a little bit, depending on when I fired my boomerang exactly. You see how after the wall kick, it's an angle, an obtuse angle that I'm traveling in. Right at the vertex of that, at the point when I stop going out and I start going up, halfway up that straight line to go up is when you want to shoot the boomerang. Not at the top, halfway. That. All of these would be grabbing the heart if it was still up there. And then once you get to the top, you go. If you do everything right, then you know it works. Now these platforms are despawn once you get over here. They respawn right about here. Where is it? Yeah, I think it's like here. Right around here. So from that point, you want to make sure you have good movement. Get on top of these. Well, you always want to have good movement. Wall kick these without touching them as much as possible. Get onto this farthest left surface possible. You don't want to take a full height jump, kicking around and then going up. You want to land right here. You can get that next jump as possible. Because the real limiting factor here is the wall kick. The back and forth movement of the wall kick is slightly more than the height of this wall. So it doesn't matter where you kick the wall as long as you get to the left side as fast as possible. That allows you to jump sooner. Doesn't really matter here. And to get on the side of these, you want to do those 7-pixel wall kicks, where you do 0-pixel wall kick. I've talked about these. I don't know if I called them a 7-pixel kick, but you start against the wall, you kick, you move in as little as possible, and then you get the next wall kick. It allows you to kick as far away from the wall, and is beneficial in several circumstances, this being one of them. It makes it a lot easier to get on top of these platforms. You draw a diagonal line from the left side of the thing, draw a diagonal line, and where that line touches the wall is right about where you want your head to be with that kick where you're away from the wall. And then you can get up top. Up here, sometimes one of these platforms will be coming down, and you can even eliminate a wall kick and get up here. That saves time. By normal, you would just come up here like this, kick against this wall low, but still, so it's actually against the wall with your foot. If you're down below, it'll be too low, and then you can cut this corner without getting grabbed. These guys, you can like dash directions and get out of them sooner. Or you can green shot, start shot. If this platform, if you get a bad cycle, like you can't get up top fast enough, you don't want to stand here and wait, it's good just to dash off the edge and do that method. Sometimes you'll miss it. Moving on. Watching the right here, it's just, you need 3 dashes. You can't. One thing in speedrunning that you try and do for this game is eliminate the number of dashes, because every time you have to press dash again, there's some amount, like, be it 1 frame, you're probably losing time. And that's why, like I was saying before with Zen, it's important to do training, fundamental trainings. I would also like kick off of a wall and try and keep going like that, as high against the wall as I can. Stuff like that. Little things to prove how one you feel with your character. Sometimes I have so much Zen going on, like I get hit from X and I'm like, oh my arm! It's shooting pain. But it does help. 3 dashes for here. On this one, I watch my feet, use different cues. You can actually make this jump, catch this sledge, but then you need like a double kick most times to make the next one. And it's kind of like in the caves, where you could just barely catch the thing, but you could do a double kick off of it optimally. It's not really good strat. So once my foot, the back of my feet is right about there, I jump, and I land as far left as possible, and jump as soon as possible. Just easy little dash out, turn around, dash out, those are easy. Jump, jump, and then now this kick here, you have to do 2 kicks, but it's not like a double kick, like ba-boom, but it's almost in between a double kick and 2 kicks. It's like kick, kick. That's the fastest you can do it. Kick, kick, like that. It looks like a double kick to me fundamentally, but maybe not. It's right on the edge. What's what? Now this next section is kind of important for movement from right here. The platforms begin here, not at the platform. Platforms spawns will change depending on your movement through this glass section, and if you move optimally, you'll be fine. Get the proper spawns. Hitting your head on the ceiling loses a frame. I don't know if you can see it, but the game stops for 1 frame when I hit my head. So you want to try and eliminate that. You want to get into the green zone, but not on the wall. Top of your head, just up. High damage boost through here. And I'm gonna get... Oh, I didn't get wonky. Thanks. Now this platform here, like, it's not there all the time. It goes below the death plane, so you have to be careful. Start charging whenever you want. I bonk this guy. It doesn't matter. If you have good movement, now this is one of those tests. If you have good movement in the glass section, you'll get a bonk that goes to the right against that guy. If it wasn't super optimal, the enemy will be farther up, and you'll hit more on the left, and you'll bonk to the left. Just a little check to see how good your dashes are. Your foot has to be just below this green thing, right about there is where your kick has to be to make it up to the top. So if it's just a bit lower, do a double kick. If you're lower than that, do a kick, kick, 2 kicks. Get up here. Personally, I damage boot on this next guy, which is usually on here. Moving at different speeds through this section changes the enemy speed. So different spawns will happen, and like this guy will be here, and you just have to adapt, slow it down, move on. So that was just barely doable with the maximum height double kick. Then I bonk on this guy. Slow down is kind of required, because you have to wait for this platform here, start moving down to do the optimal strat, or wait, get on the, or you can kick off the side of the platform, I mean. Right there, 2 kicks, green. You can kick off the side of this platform to get up. I think this jump here is doable, but it's not worth it. I've tried it for a long time before and didn't get it once. But I think it's supposed to be just barely doable. Not sure. I don't ever go for that because I'm kicking off the side of this thing. But 2 boomerangs, 3 damage on the door each. There's a nice health pellet right here if you want it. Or you can get some kind of downward boomerangs. So travel farther. So you could do that. There is a checkpoint right here. Where is it here? Alright. I believe the checkpoint is on this first one, so you can go there. It is, yes. So half of your body. Once the center of your body is crossed that wall, then you've activated the checkpoint and you can die. Dying will refill your 1 E-tank that you have at this stage in the game. This is why this level is good to do first, because you can get that E-tank, and you'll have less health than this. Potential. Pretty much for the platforms, this section here, leading up to it anyway, these 2 platforms, kind of want us to be standing where that enemy is. And this save state that I have here is okay. So on this section, when you land on here, sometimes the platforms in front of you, both of those go down below the death plane. And it'll be close and you don't want to risk it because there's supposed to be an enemy on the next platform here. So you just wait a cycle. Make sure you see this first one start to come up before you go over here. Because these platforms can kill you. They are not friendly platforms. So the ones that keep you alive. This next part, once on this surface, there's a little thing you can do, jump, 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 double kick, and it gives you a pre-excel. Whip around here, like that, and boom. faster. Start with easier though, I'm supposed to. You can dash straight off and watch your arms. Once it hits about that black line, or a little above, that the glowy thing is on, once it hits about the glowy thing, you can kick off there with the dash kick. You'll make it. If you miss it like this, there you can set yourself up kind of far away from this wall, do a dash kick really low to get up here. Personally, I only go for that once. I go for this once, and then if I miss it, then I come back over here, do it dragging down the side, and I watch my hand. Right, for blowing up these fire things. Oh, the fast method. You end up getting a double kick. You end up just going like that. It pre-accelerates this fall, and that's the time save. Plus it eliminates a dash. It eliminates a dash and pre-accelerates the fall. So it's really just a frame saver to go around like this. If whipping around this thing like this makes you mess up at all, it's not faster. So for consistency's sake, you might want to stick to the dash off the side method. Approaching the capsule. Ideally, it doesn't matter accelerating, it just matters how far to the right you get. Trigger is just before that wall, so even if you nick the wall, it's not really slower, but you want to get to the capsule. Jumping, that's a dash jump that preserves my dashing speed, and now only pressing jump, sometimes you can get dashing speed to the capsule. And just like speedrunning is, pixels and frames, you want to watch that animation. Like I was saying in the intro stage, it's important to fully understand how much input lag you have. So your cue for when to actually dash into the capsule might be a little bit different than mine. Actually, my cue changed since I got this monitor. I used to run on an LED TV, and now I'm running, well, it's still an LED TV, but it's a low latency one that has 5 millisecond delay, a third of a frame. It's not much worse than CRT. CRTs are usually 1 or less than 1 millisecond, so that's a difference of a third of a frame, not very much difference. So leaving the area, it's best to kick off of the right, and it allows you to begin your upward movement sooner. You can begin your upward movement back here, or however far you want, however tight you want to cut the corner. You absolutely don't want to hit your head like that, so make sure it's nice and safe. But kicking against this allows you to cut that corner really cleanly, where otherwise you're kind of going back and around, and optimally, like you're still basically hitting your head on the ceiling here when you're crossing over, instead of being down here when you cross over. Those little bits of frames matter. Add up in the course of the exiting this area. Watch your arm. I watch my arms as I fall. And it is possible to get a single kick off of this. Boom. You're up here. Gotta watch your arms. Now that one, the spot you want your arms is just above the ground level. Like the bottom of your fist should be at ground level. And that's that if you have it a little bit lower, like that, sometimes you can salvage it with a really good wall kick. Like if you get it the first frame that it's possible, you can sometimes salvage a one kick. But in that scenario, if you know you went too late, it's better sometimes to, instead of kick as far away from the wall as possible, get to the wall, like a 0 pixel, and then do a double kick, which would be faster than doing 2 wall kicks like that. Getting the double kick isn't always going to make it though, too. So, have to see what you're ready to instantaneously adapt to, and do kick, double kick, but one kick is ideal. Traveling up here, I start a charge, and sometimes letting go of right does make killing this guy a little easier. I try to get on top of this green platform, and I jump off of here, and here, all kick. All these guys are dying to dash lemons, so the easy way, you let go of right there, you do a dash kick out here, and shoot him. And then another dash lemon, right here, get up here, and dash lemon this guy, and you can no-stop it. You can do that section without letting go of right, but a lot of times you'll have to let go of right to snipe that guy. There will be variable amounts of lag depending on what's going on. So it is kind of tricky to blow up that yellow guy here and sneak in between those two. You gotta do a not full height jump, you gotta stop your jump early, and when you're shooting these guys, it's another dash lemon. These yellow guys will never drop anything. They'll never give you any drops, but these roly-polies will. These guys, instead of killing this guy like that, there is an alternative. And you can also blow up this yellow guy as you fall if you want. As a lag reduction strat, you can snipe a lemon over this net. So this net here. And if you snipe it just a couple pixels over his head and get a good dash, you have to have a good dash against this. Like, if your dash has too many frame delay, like a few frames, the enemy will not spawn and you will not die. Also, rushing, if you try and delay your shot to give you a little bit more time, it's not going to help. Sometimes to a point, because you might be brushing up against this wall, losing a few frames there as well. It reduces lag. The roly dudes are more laggy than these enemies, and these enemies blowing up generate additional lag too. And it makes getting in between these two guys easier. You'll have a more consistent amount of lag happening in that moment. And the whole game will be running smoother in general. That's the risk though. Sometimes you'll get a health drop. Maybe you want the health drop. Right about here, where there are no lights, you can jump. Save state. This section, these enemies actually have less health. You can kill one of them with a blue shot dashing lemon. So as you're dashing up here, boom, and he's dead. Jump when your feet, jump when you're like almost past the dude, like right about there, and you'll land on the ladder. If you want to be optimal, take the ladder and go straight to the boss. There's a wall here. if you want to be safe, if even with an E-tank. Now, remember, sometimes some people may be doing this level first. So, dying halfway through to get the E-tank full for this boss fight helps. And then also, going down here, refilling your health helps. So you could have 16, actually, because you get a heart, you could have 18 health and a full tank fighting this boss, which is beneficial if it's the first stage, considering you don't have armor especially. However, there are methods to fight that help. There's not much else for this section. Once you land here, it's just dash jump, dash shoot. Dash jump, dash shoot, dash jump. And then begin your charge as you approach the door. Making a safe state. We get different different RNG. You saw how I scooched a little bit to the... Okay, this part, I should talk about everything. Dash, just dashing will not drop you down, so I hold left as I'm dashing, and the second I hit the wall, I let go of the dash button. The second I hit the wall, I let go of left. Right after. So I hit the wall, and then I get that little nudge, but I'm holding left. It's a let go of left, not a press of left. Then I turn around. As you're falling, as long as you don't press up or down, you can move over to here instead of falling straight down. Give you a little extra closeness and dash in. As you're falling, you can press to the right. It'll get your first shot off sooner, or it'll hit him about, a frame or two sooner, which allows your second shot to have a little bit more leeway on an earlier hit. But if you do that, saw how I nicked the wall? Boom, instantly not worth it. So if you hit the wall ever doing that, it's not really worth it. It does help this first shot. For the first shot, you do have, if I just hold right, it misses. I have to press dash for about that long. Just a quick little... Now right here, I'm not all the way to the right. I'll have to hold it for just a smidge more. Instead of just a quick press. And boom. Right around this black thing that's below my center is the point when the green shots will hit him. Or when shots will hit him. So while he's flapping, I'm blowing wind at you. You want to be in the air during certain portions in case he stops. If he stops, like this, then you get flung out over the spikes instead of dashing straight into them. As a result of him stopping his action. Always gotta be ready for the wind to instantly stop. Be prepared to catch that ledge, not fall into the broken mess. Like that. Now, during the dive section, personally, I like to go here. If he drops down to the left, he'll kind of be guaranteed to go back up for the most part, so it might be actually beneficial to stick to the middle, but when he is on the glass, his tornado attack is more effective when you're on the ground. So if he's standing on one of the surface, he tornadoes and you dash, you're moving faster your way than if he was down here and shooting a tornado where your whole body is in the tornado. It actually matters. It makes a difference. You gotta watch out when he's firing tornadoes. Try and stick the ground, dash. But if he's on the ground, you want to be in the air. It's kind of fishy. But no, for these dives, when he dives from the left side, he is more dangerous. As you can see, you can avoid him just by jumping. So if your shots aren't early enough, you alternate lemon, blue shot, lemon, blue shot. Those guys can be green shot. The babies, you can green shot them. They will. It'll go through them. If you get your shot early enough. Now, for those dives, let me say this first. I use audio cue, so I make sure my left and rights are correct. I actually had an emulator system once, just randomly when I installed, and when I reinstalled it, it was fine. But when I installed it, the lefts and rights were up, so I was like, "Oh, that's weird." If you die ever, you get that tank back, like I was saying in the intro stage. You always get one tank. If your lemons are not early enough, can't respond fast enough to the cues on which side, then left dives have a chance of hitting you. You gotta be careful for that. It is possible to, while he's diving, get green shot lemons, green shot blue shots, but like I was saying with the left rights, there's a high chance from the left that you will get hit. There is a soft lock potential on this boss fight. If once you defeat him, you are in the spike pit, which won't hurt you. Up against the wall, the game can possibly just never think you're in the right spot to end the level, start the music. So you'll just sit there. It's a true soft lock. Always jumping. I just like to, if you do stick to this middle. Also, I want to say, if you do that, make sure you're buffering the weapon cancel. So you shoot, hold L and R, and keep holding shoot. That way, get the earliest possible thing. Sometimes, like, if you're back here and you're shooting him while he's doing this, you can pick one time. And decide, okay, I'm going to start charging this time, and maybe he'll stop. If you guessed right, you can get in his face and hit him with a blue shot, saving about a second. Some CFO stuff. Always remember to heal. When at 8 or less HP, you get double bonus on healing. I'm sure I'll say that a lot throughout this tutorial. And shabam! Storm Beagle is dead. Yeah. That's about it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in Lame Mammoth stage.